For the record, it is September 3rd, 2025, and I'm currently going through um, something that I've just been thinking about. It's basically, college. Been going to college for, I'd say, about since I was 18, so just 2 years, maybe 2 years and some change actually. Um, but I've been hopping majors, not a lot, but I've changed my major I think twice. Um, I'm about to graduate with my degree, and I'm starting to notice that it's not something that I really want to do anymore. Um, it doesn't really align with my goals, I would say. Um, and it's just something I've just been thinking about. Like, if I drop out of college, um, you know, all I all I want to be is be successful, and I want to just be free. I want to have freedom, and not have to worry about going to work every single day, being stressed about not getting a raise or living check to check. It's not something I really want to worry about. I just want to retire early and just, you know, live my life, spend a lot of time with my family and, the good things. Like, who doesn't want to do that? That's why I'm really strict with my time now and trying to make as many good decisions I can. And I think that dropping out of college is a very big, I would say, question, because it's something that will change my life a lot. Now, the only way I could really explain it is, if I go to college for engineering, right, I know I'm going to do something in engineering. But if I don't go to college, the only way, I would kind of figure out my purpose, figure out what I'm good at and what I like, is by just throwing myself out there and just, kind of experiencing new things. And it's really the only way. I can't just sit here and just have one job and be like, oh yeah, this is what I like, or this is what I don't like. I think that's one of the ways to kind of figure out like what field you want to work in. It's tricky though, because I know I want to be an entrepreneur. The thing is, I don't know what to be an entrepreneur in, if that makes sense. Now at first I thought about like, oh, I'll design my own car. I'll make my own car manufacturing company. I found out that I have to do engineering for it, but I wouldn't say I'm 100% confident. And I'm not saying that I can't do engineering, but I've never been good at math or science, and even though I'm struggling with it right now, it's very, it does something to you where you're like mentally affected by the stress and working on a fucking problem for an hour and not getting it. I know what it comes and what you have to do in order to be good at math and science. You just keep doing the same thing, repetitive, and learning, practicing. I know all that already. I don't really want to go into the engineering and the degree thing, but it's really just about making the best decision for me, and thinking if I'm gonna regret the decision or not. Now, I would use my time wisely, because I always try to use my time wisely. It's just, it's like, it's the norm. Like, go to college, get a degree, get a job, and retire when you're 65. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to go to college and go in debt and pay my debt off. Luckily, I don't pay for college, so that's one benefit of going to college. I don't have to pay anything. thing is that I don't have unlimited FAFSA forever. So if I were to go to college, I would need to figure out what I need to do as fast as possible, because if I keep switching my majors, my FAFSA is going to run out, and then I'm going to start to pay for school. And I just don't think school's for me. I'll be honest. I can't drop out of school now. I have to wait until the semester's over. But it's something that I've just been thinking about lately, because I don't know. I feel like it's kind of holding me back in a way. But the big issue is not being, I would say I feel lost in a way, but not like 100%, because I'm always thinking about entrepreneurship and, you know, how it would be to start your own business. It's just, you know, I can't start my business and do engineering. Like, I have, like, especially if I'm not good at math and science, I can't be putting all of my extra hours into something else. It has to be studying, because I have to pass the classes with good grades and not waste my time and keep failing and stuff and keep taking the same class over and over again. And you know, I don't want to keep taking the class and keep failing it, and then, you know, they don't allow you to take the class anymore because you've repeatedly failed the class, and then you have to make an appeal to take the class again, and then you get denied. Like that's not really a good feeling, to be honest. It's happened to me before, where I've failed math 20 times, and they said I have to choose a different major, and all the majors that I had that were open for me were like psychology, English, like just a bunch of bullshit classes that I didn't really need to take. It doesn't align with my goals, but it's just a really tricky decision right now, because I feel like I'm leaning more towards leaving college. It's just, I don't know 100% how the real world is out there, you know? And I really want to be successful, and I really want to have freedom, you know? I just want to make the right decisions for myself, and I don't know, I guess this is how it is, you know, how life is. As a young adult, you kind of have to make hard decisions and, you know, decide on what you want to do for your future. Because I know that I'm gonna work hard. I just need to figure out, like, I want to be able to take small wins on something. Like, every day I'm winning on something that I can see. Like, think of it as a tunnel, right? At the end of the tunnel, you see the light. For me, there is no light, because I don't know specifically what it's gonna be. The only light I see is me owning my own business. That's about it. That is what I would be happy with. I just don't know if I should or should not go to college for that. And yeah, I already been in college for 2 years now, and I don't want to leave last minute right before I get my degree, and then it's like, did this for nothing, you know? So I'm gonna continue to think about it, but I'd say right when that semester ends, my life is gonna change a lot, you know? And do I think it's scary? Yes. I'm not gonna sit here and be like I'm not scared. But I'm more scared on not making the right decisions, you know? But I can't really put myself in that position, and because I won't know which is right or wrong, because I can't tell the future. But I guess that's what life is. You know, I'm starting to learn a lot more as I get older, and, you know, Do I wish I went another route? Yes, but how could I know? That's what I learned. You know, you learn along the way, and it just, you know, it sucks. I'm not gonna sit here and complain, but um, I think that, you know, I just need to keep staying focused. I guess I'll continue to keep taking these classes. Damn. I'm just like, I would say I'm kind of speechless or surprised that I'm thinking about dropping out of college, because, like, that's the norm, you know? Go to college and learn, and you'd be successful. You guaranteed you'd get a job after you graduate. And, you know, having just high school under my belt is like, I don't want people to think that, like, I'm not ambitious still, or, you know, I don't care about my life, you know. I guess time tells. But yeah, I just wanted to just make this short video, and kind of just explain the thought process of how college is going at the moment. And we're gonna have to see. You know, I kind of want to end the video now, but I feel like there's something that I'm missing that I want to say before I end the video. That's it. I'm not gonna say it, but I think my next video will be in the next 4 months, and see if I made a decision or not. If I don't make a decision and I stay in school, I won't make a video. But if I do drop out of college, I'm definitely making a video, because in order to drop out of college, I have to have a plan some certain way. The thing I learned about plans is that they always don't go the way you want them to. Something will happen. You might meet somebody. You might end up not wanting to do no more. Might end up want to go back to school. Who knows? I just don't want to be in this fucking loop-de-loop where I keep going in circles and keep wasting time. And it's not that I'm rushing myself, but the younger the better. That's all I think about. You know, 30 is not bad. 40 is not bad. I would say before 40. I would say I would like to retire at least somewhere in my 30s.